Hi, I wanted to share my latest pattern, the pressed flower socks, with you. I've got them on blockers here. So these are very easy to do color work socks that I think even beginners like. This could be done as your first color work project. So the socks have one larger motif and then smaller bands in 3 places, plus a contrasting cuff and toe. No long floats, and there were a couple of places in the charts, like here, where I did catch my floats, but it's only on a couple of rows, or a few rows, so nothing too major. And it all depends on your way of knitting and what you prefer. As it is in the cuff, it's not going to be tangled up in your toes or anything like that. And these socks come in 3 sizes. This is size S. I also knit the medium size, which is actually the pair that I first knit. But in that one, my color choices were not spot on, and they don't really photograph that well or show on camera. So I'm showcasing just the size S. I knit my sample with Tuku wool sock, or actually both of my pairs were knit with Tuku wool sock, and this is what I used as the main color for this pair. This is called Humu, and the contrast color that I have here is called Have. And Tuku wool sock comes in 50 gram skein, and each skein has 160 meters, that's 175 yards. It's 80% finished wool and 20% polyamide. And it's really quite a rusticy wool that once blocked, it softens and blooms really nicely, so it's great for color work. And not too scratchy even to wear on bare feet, I'd say, but feels very sturdy. And I used, for the size S, I used one full skein of the main color, and then you need 1 skein of the contrast color. If you're knitting the medium or the large size, you need 2 skeins of the main color, or let me just check, 230 to 270 meters, 250 to 300 yards of the main color. Now this is sport weight yarn, but it's on the thinner side. So if you're substituting, do have a look at the yards on your skeins to know how much you need. And I use 2.25 millimeters to knit the entire sock. If you know that your color work tends to be knit at a tighter gauge, do size up, especially for the larger motif. Use a needle that's 1 or 2 sizes larger, and check the pattern gauge. That'll tell you if you need more or less yards. Of course, when it's socks, one major aspect of how much you need of the main color is how long your foot is. So I wear size 36 to 37 European shoes, I mean. So my foot is quite small. If you have a longer foot, even if you're knitting the smallest circumference, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have an extra skein of the main color handy, or extra yardage of the main color handy if you're substituting for other yarns that come maybe in 100 gram skeins. Yeah, so there are 3 sizes. The circumference is, the stitch count is the same in the ankle band here as well as on the foot. And the size S circumference is 19 centimeters, 7.5 inches. Says medium is 20.5 centimeters, 8 inches, and the large size is 25.5 centimeters, 8.5 inches. So you you measure your foot circumference, which you normally do for socks, but also I think it's a good idea to check your ankle, since the largest colorwork band sits there, and just in case you knit very tightly, it might make the cuff feel a bit snug. So just check both of those measurements that you're okay with them for the size. I knit my socks on DPNs, but the instructions are worded so that you can use whatever method you're using for socks, whether that's magic loop, 2 at a time, the short cable thingies that are popular that I still haven't tried. Yeah, so pressed flowers are now available on Ravelry. I hope you like the pattern. If you knit it, do share it on Instagram and tag me in the photo or in the post. I'd love to see your versions. And on the Ravelry page, if you go, link to that is below. And if you go to the projects, you will see what some of my test knitters have chosen as their colors. So go there and be inspired. Thank you for watching. See you soon.